Euphoria. Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. Why calculate? You're not as calculated. I can even predict your angles. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale. A pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em. You make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too. But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
Let's go! It's about to get real. Real gangster up in here. I'm just kidding. What up?
I'm not.
Welcome to. I'm not. Welcome to Collector's
I want
Call.
all your shit.
Episode 1. We're about to have some fun tonight. We're about to get real. We're about to have a real heart-to-heart, a real talk. And then this ain't going to be long. This is going to be just give context. This is a give context show. That's all it is. But we're constructive outrage, so we're going to have some fun with it. How you guys doing tonight?
We good.
Great.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We
Can you
can
hear
hear
me?
you, though, for our
Okay.
shit.
Nah, cause I would have been on, but this morning I actually dropped my computer, so that's
You
why.
dropped your computer?
Yeah, and I cracked the screen and stuff. So
You dropping computers for, man?
I don't know, man.
Well, let's talk about what this is about, and we talk what this isn't about. This is not about statues. Y'all ain't gonna hear no statue shit unless something comes up y'all want to talk about. But this ain't about no statue stuff. It's not about no gangster stuff, even though look at AK right now. He ain't playing. I had to calm these fools down.
I'm looking at AK like this motherfucker. Like he's from Tim Dog. He's from the Tim Dog Bronx part. He's from Soundview. When I used to go to the Bronx, I didn't get off at Soundview, kid. I saved it all, kid.
He said Rashid looks normal. That's right. That's what I said. I said
Rashid. I got the ice cube. I got the ice cube. Death certificate look. You know what I'm saying? Come on, give it to me. Come on, man.
My wife said I look like mush mouth because I had this thing on and I.
Yeah, you look. You didn't look. Honestly, if you try to stick me up, I'll be like, I'm not giving you shit.
That's what I said. You're not intimidating at all.
But I'm not gonna front.
Critical Mass and AK.
ODB look like he's in that movie. What you call it? Boys in the Hood.
He's on Menace to Society time right now. He's on that Menace.
But AK right now could pull it off. I'm scared of AK right now. I'm pussy right now.
My wife said
you gonna be scared of me. You better be scared of me.
Yo, calm down, man.
You're scaring us right now, dude.
Relax, man. Calm down, bro. I said it.
This is play. It's play. We on some joke stuff right now. He was like, "Yo, am I suiting up? Like, where we going?" I'm like, "No, we just played around."
Where we going? I got the G-Ride ready to go.
That fool was just trying to smoke people. But like I said, this ain't no statue stuff. This is not about gangster stuff. This is not about allowing bullies to use their power for evil. This is about respect. Just straight up, man to man, respecting each other, respecting our peers in the community, and we're just gonna have a conversation about it. So we'll just get right into it. We'll just start from the top. I don't talk in subliminals. If I have a problem, I'll try my best to solve it with the person. If that doesn't fall out, I got that lint all over me. deactivate. I disassociate myself. I remove myself from the equation, right? So that's pretty much what I do, right? But if you know someone is still just poking, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not just going to be like, just do it. Just bully me. This is all some petty stuff, but I know a lot of questions are going to be asked of like, hey, why did you and John fall out? Or are you and John cool? So I'll answer that. Or why did y'all remove your vision from the show? I'll answer that. Like, if we don't, it's just everybody going to be talking and assuming. So I'll just answer it all out right here. People want to know, they could check this out, or somebody else will know because they had watched this video. And that's it. And they can hear it from my mouth without no code words, without nothing, just straight up. Dum, 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 dum. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it, Jose Alicia. What's up? Let's say what's up to the people, though, that's joining us. Dennis Perez in the house tonight. Castor Gemini is in the house tonight. Danny Lee is in the house tonight. Collectors Table. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Adam,
sweet Danny
that's my
Lee.
boy right there.
Adam
Danny,
is the homie, right? Danny, like all of you. Like
Adam is the
X-Men.
homie. Danny's definitely the homie. XM is definitely the homie.
Edwin mother freaking Diaz is in the house tonight.
The homie.
Jose is in the house tonight.
Shout out to Miguel from Toy Quest. He's the homie.
Miguel is in the house tonight.
He just landed. He just landed on his plane. So yeah.
Cool. All right, so we'll get right in it. So yeah, so I don't even know what happened, right? At first. I know now. What up, low-key collectors in the house tonight? That's what I'm talking about, Jose. That's what I'm talking about. Like this, all of this stuff is
dumb. Let me just say something.
All of this stuff is petty. Absolutely.
I'm just here to validate Crip's credibility, and because I know for a fact that I come up to the front because a chat that I used to be on that I left yesterday, I saw people saying, why would Crip be doing this? Why? I thought Crip wasn't about drama. And I was going to answer that, but I said, nah, I'm going to answer it on here instead. And or else, because I did tell Crip maybe should handle it backstage. You know what I'm saying? But that person wasn't trying to, or whatever the case that may be. Now, I know the type of brother that Crippler is, and he never wanted drama. And the reason why of course, I should have to say something, because the situation kind of started with my voice saying something. Everybody said what they had to say, but I wanted to be known that I definitely vocally said something, and it was left like that. Not like I gave command and everything. No, we a group, so I don't run anybody here. So when things went down, I want people to understand that Crippler, and I'm not calling you soft, Crippler, but Crippler.
So you see how I tried to get gangster? That was pretty soft.
because everybody knows your personality. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I know you got size, kid. I know you like to say, listen, the nicest ones are the ones you don't want to see get mad.
Yeah.
All right. Those are the ones that lose out of control, and it's hard to calm them down. So I don't want people thinking that all of a sudden you wanted to start drama, because there's people that would hit me up with Messenger, and I respect them and they know who they are. And they hit me up and they said, yo, Rashid, maybe you should get involved, or Rashid, what's going on? Well, I'm hearing about this. And I had to explain to them what had happened, and I want them to understand that what's right is right. And that this man did not try to start any drama at all. He didn't even want no problems. But
I'll finish it.
Right. But I'm good, Crip. I'm sorry. I'll explain my part. Words, I'll explain my part once you tell, so I can explain to people what's going on, and they can see,
Yeah, so what I'll do, I'll go through the whole timeline so it can make sense. So everybody have the same context we have. If you was involved in it at any point in that time, feel free to jump in with like some more context or whatever, like, you know what I mean, if you have anything to add to it. So it's apparently this started way back when there was stuff going on in the industry, in the community. There was drama and all of this stuff about, you know, whether it was PCS stuff or whatever. I was checked out of all of that stuff. So I wasn't even like replying to it or anything like that. We ended up doing a show, but the day before our show, Critical Mass, Shane, Darth Rashid, we was all like, hey, we've been doing a lot of big shows with big people. Can we dial it? Can we just have the core members for this show?
Because I'm not a big fan of big panels every show. And I was like, the last few shows we've had people on. Let's just keep it the core guys for this show for this week. And that was
this week.
I believe that was on the Tuesday, the day before the show.
And Shane feels like that with his other shows also. Well, so
that's why we only have 3 people on Collector's Table because
it's nothing. Right, it's nothing personal because
of course
they're all my boys and they have their own show. I chime in, but that's the show where they like to keep it. So it wasn't personal where it's like, no, I don't want nobody else coming because that person was a week of, I think 2 weeks prior was on our show.
Yeah, he was on earlier at some point, I believe.
Right.
Perfect.
Go ahead,
and so thanks for that context. And then so the next day came on about 2 minutes before the show was about to start. Your vision says John is asking for a link. And I said, I'm cool with it. And then I was reminded that we agreed for a Titus show for those reasons. This wasn't a John thing, specific thing. It was like we already agreed to it.
And we even talked backstage about it. And Crippler was like, yeah, you know what? Like, I know we agreed, but you could link them. And then we're like, well, no, we agreed for this week to keep it the panel. John could join us next week or the week after, whatever. It doesn't matter when. We didn't set a time. But this week, no one was coming on the show. No one.
Yeah.
Hold on, Chris.
And even with that, I said,
I want it to be known that Crippler said, you guys can have them on if you want to. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
And the fellas were starting to say, well, we wanted on, keep it to just the normal panel. Yeah. I said, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to hear any more drama about it because I know because we have to talk about picking. So because I wanted to be known that I'm not going to try to hide behind anything. I said, no. I said, I don't want to hear no more about that company because that topic was going on for 2 weeks straight. 2 weeks straight, more than one show in 2 weeks straight. So I said, listen, I don't want to hear about it. I said, let's talk about it next week when that shit is dead already. And then he come on the show. Go ahead, Crip. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And just for perspective, even if my boy Adam or Kevin from Collector's Table asked to come on the show, I would have told them, not this week. We're just keeping it panel, guys. It doesn't matter who it was. We agreed to keep it panel. And that was
this wasn't a John specific thing. This is something we agreed.
Oh,
everyone had their own reasons for it. But what happened is we're one show. So if Rashid says, I don't want drama, and that's his perspective of it, that's his perspective of it. It doesn't matter. We already agreed to it. Even after all of that, I said, my words was, you know what? It feels funny to me because that dude welcomed me to his show. Like anytime I want, I go on his show. So I just, those were my words, even after that, right? So we do the show. The show ends. I disappeared for 2 weeks because I was handling stuff. You know, I was gone. So
he was gone.
I was totally, didn't know anything.
I gotta come in after that. I gotta come in after because you're gone now. So now,
I
got the phone. All right. So after Crippler, we have the show. The next day, which was Thursday, he texts me, and he's like, "Yo, I thought we were friends, John. I thought we were friends. I thought we was cool. That's messed up. You didn't want me coming on the show or whatever, right?" So I said, you think I care that your vision told you that I said not for you to come on the show? I said, I didn't have a problem you coming on the show, but I didn't want to talk about none of that same company drama that been going on for 2 weeks straight. And I said, the fellas wanted to keep it just the panel. It's nothing about you not coming on the show. Like we like, no, he's never coming on the show. We wanted to keep it at 5 panels. And I said, I agreed, and I agree with the vote.
Long before John asked to come on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
But I made it clear that I said, no, I'm voting for you not to come on the show. Because I didn't want to hear the same, because I was on the show with you, and I watched I watched little segments of 45 minutes rant on a company, and I'm like, listen, I watched it go for 2 weeks straight, and that was only on that particular statute, which was the storm statute. So I said, you know what? I don't want to hear about it. So we get into it. He texted me, so then he calls me. We going back and forth. He says, yo, I thought we were friends, yada, yada, yada. I thought this, that. I said, if I wasn't your friend, I would never came back on your show. I said, I've had people tell me not even to deal with you anymore. People told me, yo, I think you should just don't go back on that show. So I said, if I listened to those people, I would have never came back on your show. So he was like, well, I don't care. You know, I'm here. I'm here for the community, yada, yada, yada. Okay. We still going back and forth. He's arguing or whatever. And I said, and we're just going back and forth heated. So down the line, we squashed it. And it came to an end. No, I'm telling this guy, it was me. Because Crippler was the guy that said he can come on. It was the panel and me that said we wanted to be just a panel. And I personally said, I don't want to hear no more shit about this storm for 2 fucking weeks. It's not going to go to a third week. No. So I said we squashed it. And this was said to me. I'm still upset with you because I thought we were friends. I just didn't like how it went down. But all right, we good. I said, yeah, I said, I'm good with you. I said, matter of fact, I got my penguin in, which y'all remember I got my penguin, and I said, I'm going to unbox it on your show. And he says, jokingly, you better unbox it on my show. You know, you're supposed to unbox your stuff on my show. But it was jokes.
Yeah.
To kind of like cool the fires down, the flames or whatever.
Yeah.
I go on the show and unbox the penguin. Not only did I go on the show and box the penguin, I go on the new show. The week after that, I did another statue, and the week after that, I did the Batman Beyond.
And when have I ever asked anybody for unboxings on our channel?
Never.
It's not what I do.
And you never had a problem with me unboxing. But the thing is, one thing I know is if Wednesday is my day with the COC, that's my obligation to COC for that Wednesday, unless I made future plans with them and say, listen, but if that's the show time and I'm a part of it, I'm not going to leave this show to go to another show. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to do it. Or if it was something that important, communication should be made to say, well, I'll cancel for today, and then we'll all join in on y'all show. Because let's keep it real. We all cool with each other.
Well, everybody.
Right. What it is. And my thing is that, and this is why I'm speaking up, because Crippler actually was not somebody that said, no, I don't want this motherfucker to come on my show. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this. If me and you squashed it and it's over, then as men, it's over. If me and Shane got a beef, it's either we talk about it, we don't mess with each other, we eat, or we do 5 minutes, or we squat, or we don't talk anymore. Pick one. So if we squashed it and we said, yo, Shane, everything's cool. You good? I'm good. You good? We good. We still go on the show together and everything else. Then there's no reason to rehash no old beef. It's over. It's over. That's where I so now we go on Casual's show all together.
No. Before that. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Before that, this is where the pettiness started to happen. So it's like, for the record, the internet is free. Anybody could do shows whenever they want. I try to respect people that are doing their things, you know what I mean? But for the most part, if somebody want to do a show when we're on, I have no problem with that. So John scheduled an unboxing during our CLC show. In the past, and I talked to people in the community on the phone.
1 hour
like this.
into our show.
Yep, into our show. And then I like I said, I was gone, right? I was like, hey, John's doing a show during when we're usually on. I know that Your Vision and Darth Rashid message, like they roll with John, right? So I'm like, you guys want me to cancel the show so y'all can celebrate him getting his legendary Beast Hulk, right? That's my mindset. That's what I'm thinking. And I
said, fuck that. Let's do our show, because I ran the show that week, and I said I want to do a show. So it's okay that John's doing his unboxing, but I still want to do a show.
Exactly, right? And I was looking at it from the point of like, if John's doing that, I'm not there. I wanted to make sure the panel wanted to do that and wasn't going to leave Shane by himself to do a show, right? So I'm like, I'm doing it for that. And I'm also like, if you guys want to celebrate John getting his dope statue, do that because that's where my mindset was. I wasn't thinking anything about anything else, right? Mm-hmm. So then Your Vision left mid-show, right? And then I'm like, okay, that was kind of that we felt a certain. I'm not gonna lie, we felt a certain way about that because the show was there. Hitman back, yo. He just had to go assassinate somebody real quick.
Sometimes you just gotta get up in there and do what you gotta do, bro.
Yeah. But we explained to him why our thoughts about that. But it was not a huge deal. But everybody felt like, it was the middle of the show. You left. It is what it is. It ain't no big deal, but we addressed it and it was over, right? The next day, Rashid was talking about an unboxing and Critical responded with something focused on Rashid. It was a very oh shit.
But it had the word.
I could take it.
No. But but real quick, we said his name, bro. He already threatened, but we better not say his name because we're a bunch of gay pussies, so we better not fucking say his name. We gonna get in trouble, dude.
What is it? He who shall not be named?
He who shall not be named.
Are you saying you just had a vision of something bad happening?
Yo, crippler.
So we can't say the word.
No. Listen.
Anyway,
listen.
Continue the story.
Be on the show and speak on it.
All right. So Your Vision. So if I say your name, please don't sue me. Because I know we were told not to.
It's in context with the story.
Yes, it's in context. It's not insulting them.
No.
Oh no, he go from Compton. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So Your Vision. Go ahead, Critical Mass. Say what you said in the chat.
Okay, because we were actually teasing. Right? She said, "Hey, why don't you come up here and do some unboxings on our show?" We were teasing them in the chat.
Yeah,
and so then I said.
He never does unboxings on our show, so I bug him about it. It's an ongoing thing.
And so then I said something to try to do the Jedi mind trick to try to trick Rashid. Come on, do another unboxing on our show. And I'm talking to Rashid. I'm just joking, And before Rashid could chime in to say, "Watch your step, ODB," or whatever he was gonna say.
No, but then at that point right there,
don't disrespect me, ODB. Then
hold on, man.
Yeah, at that point, this is when like Your Vision snapped with not like he was just like, I do whatever I could go on anybody's show, I could do unboxings on anybody's show that I want. Nobody control me. Like all of this bullshit. Like it was that line of thinking, right? And we like, yo, bro, where's this energy coming from? Like, who said you couldn't? No, I could go. And then he reads through it and it's like it doesn't involve John and it doesn't involve Your Vision, but he just snapped. And we're just like, yo, where's this energy coming from, right?
Whoa.
And so at that point, we felt, all right, this is getting weird. It's getting. I don't like the energy.
Well, this is how it started.
Mm-hmm.
We spoke about that he went on the show and left mid show.
Yeah.
So that's when he said, "Well, I could do whatever I want or whatever." And my thing is this: we are all grown men, but if I'm obligated for Wednesdays for COC, then that's what it is. Now the thing is that unboxing what you told me, Crip, was done purposely?
Yeah, and I'm gonna get to that. So
All right, go ahead.
I'm just trying to make sure that they get all of this context. So it's not like it's because it's not about the time slot and the unboxing. So like
No, not
so
at
yes,
all.
so he had that energy, right? And then he to Vision's credit, after he read what Critical actually said, he apologized and said, I'm sorry.
And then after we told him how we felt about him leaving the show and why we thought that it was a douchey move, because it was a regular scheduled show and that was just an impromptu show, not because he can't go on anyone else's show. He even admitted, you're right, I shouldn't have left. Like, I think it was later that day or the next day. He's like, yeah, you're right. And that was it. Yeah. We dropped it. It was water under the bridge. That was it. Never to be brought up again.
Yep. And like I said, when this show happened, I was like, I know how scheduling happens with people. This is probably the only day they can do it. Like, I'm not thinking anything negative because at this point, I still don't know what's going on. I don't know. John is sitting there just harboring something that he thinks I did like this whole time, right? Just marinating in it. Like, and so enter Casual Nerd Problems, Tuesdays, 8 p.m., right? Casual hits me up. He's like, yo, you down for the live? I was gone for like 2 weeks. I was like, yo, absolutely, dude. I miss you guys. I haven't been on your show for a while. I can't wait to talk to this person, that person, or whatever. Hook me up. Let's go, right? So we're doing it. And then towards the midway to the end of the show, it was like all of these little jabs was coming out during the show. And I'm like, the energy feels off, right? So it's just sort of like saying stuff like little things like, maybe you guys should treat Vision better. And they're like this. And I'm like, so they definitely conversating and talking and like get like amping each other up on some shit. And I'm just sort of like, okay, this is weird. I'll wait till we backstage and then I'll like I said, I'm not gonna sit there and I'm not gonna be like, if you guys got something to say it to my fucking face. I'm on that level of stuff. So it's sort of like we get backstage and then we get into the conversation of the show, the Wednesday show, right? And I was like, dude, I have no
make it be known that I had left early.
Early. During that show, right. and during that show, Rashid left early. I think Buck was there, Jerry was there, Casual was there, right? And of course, John was there. And so then we started talking about it, and I was like, I have no problem. The only thing I like, because I even asked, like, I was trying everything. I'm like, this doesn't feel like John. So maybe Vision reached out to John because he really wanted to go to that unboxing. I'm like, if that's the case, that's fine. And I was like, that's not on John. That's on Vision, and he wants to go, and he's a man. He can go there. He could do that, right? But no, it was John reaching out to Vision to grab him. So then we backstage, and I was like, the only thing I feel is that Vision left mid. During the day we was on, a dude that's usually scheduled on our panel, go. No big deal. It's not great, but it's okay. Like, it's not like we fighting over it, like he couldn't do it, but we're going to express how we feel because that's how we do. We talk about it. We don't hold shit in, right? And so then he was like, well, you don't own Vision and blah, blah, all of this shit. Like, you don't own Vision. And blah, blah. I was like, I never said that. And then I was like, and I tried to give an example. I was like, imagine Casual was doing a show on Tuesdays, which you know he normally does, and Pudgy, shout out to Pudgy. I miss Pudgy. Shout out to Pudgy. And then somebody, and let's just say somebody goes to Casual and be like, yo, we doing a show on Tuesday, and yo, Pudgy, can you come do our show? And then Pudgy leaves mid-show and go do that show. I was like, I told John, I was like, you wouldn't do that to Casual. And then he was like, no, I wouldn't do that to Casual because I respect Casual. And I'm like, okay. So now I'm like, so you don't respect me. I'm like, so now it's a different conversation because now you're doing shit with malice and ill intent, right? And so like now when I know you're doing that type of shit, that's when it's sort of like, no. I'm like, okay, so you don't respect me. You'll do things to me that you won't do to anybody else in the community or this panel that you consider that you respect, right? So then at that point, I still don't want to beef with John. So I'm trying to be the adult and I'm reflecting. I'm trying to find things that I could do better.
Crip was
like,
not a person about drama. Because Crip was not a person about drama.
And I do, and I'm like trying to reflect back, and I was like, you know what? Wait, we didn't even get to that part yet, because then at that point, I'm like, where's this coming from? When did I lose your respect? He was like, oh, well, you didn't link me to your show, and I'm like, I'm trying to remember, dude. I'm not even registering this shit. It's so fucking over there, dude. Like, I don't even know.
Prior or something.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, and I'm there trying to reflect back and remember
Now,
the
Chris, let
link
me step
shit.
in for a minute. Now,
Go ahead.
he says to you, and this is why I'm here to speak up, because, and I don't have a problem with nobody. I love going on John's show. I love going on everybody's show.
Yeah.
But Crippler was never the one that wasn't the one that was like, I don't want you coming on the show. That was the panel and me.
Flex one.
So my thing is this: if I told you that was me, and I said, yo, I don't hold my tongue for no fucking body. I don't care. I'll tell you right now. And I told him on the phone. He called my phone and I told him that. So if me and you hash shit out, why do you rehash beef? Because if you're a person of the community, then you would put the community first and say, you know what? I can call Crippler or I could call Rashid and speak to him on the phone, and we can have whatever we have between each other. Why should I cause a ripple between the groups that's like going to be in a division to say, oh, damn, I got to go on this side, I got to go on that side? Why am I going to cause that when this community is above me? I'm not above the community. So so what I don't understand is if Rashid told you that, and Rashid and you got on the phone and squashed it, because we did squash it, because you did tell me, you did have me on both your shows. I did unbox 3 statues on your show after that. You know what I'm saying? Note, I was uncomfortable because he still told Crippler, and I went against the grain, which I shouldn't have. He still told Crippler, I don't respect you. Now, when somebody said they don't respect you, you say stuff like that to somebody who try to fuck your wife, who talk about your kids, who disrespect your family, who says something personal. But we're grown men. Hold on, Crip. We grown men. And this is over statues. We all come on this shit because to get away from our problem that we got in the real world. We all got problems. Some of us are single fathers. You know what I'm saying? Some of us, you know what I'm saying? Shane explained his stuff. I explained my shit. Ain't none of us perfect. You know what I'm saying? We may front on this camera and we laugh and we joke and shit like that. But a lot of motherfuckers is going through some shit. And this is our escape haven. Else we wouldn't be showing up here. When you create something that causes a division and shit like that, especially when shit was done over and it was done and over, why is shit being rehashed? Why is there drama in the community with grown men or statues? And I really feel is people's emotions is taking priority because I don't want to let it go because I'm still mad at you. So I'm gonna get back at you and do this, and I'm gonna go back and do that. I'm sorry, that crippled that.
No, that's a great point, and that adds a lot of context to what I'm about to say, because it is about, like, at this point, I'm like, all right, he was stuck on that because that's why he did what he did. But even in that, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna beef with John. Like, I'd still, to this day, I don't hate John. Like, but if somebody don't respect me, don't expect me to be on a panel with you. Like, you don't respect me. I don't need everybody to like me, and I don't need to like everyone, right? So like that's what people get twisted. So what I did was just sort of like, I'm not trying to reflect, but I'm like, I don't want no beef with this dude. I just want to have fun. So I'm like reflecting back on some stuff that I could have done, but what could I have done to avoid this? So I'm like, you know what I should have done? You know what, John? Maybe what I could have done better on my side was after the show, I should have remembered that you asked for the link, and then I should have messaged you right after the show, let you know what the situation was, and if for me not doing that, I apologize, right? And I respect, I could have done that. I apologize. That's where I feel like I could have.
But hold on. I hate to say this. Why? I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Why should you Because and you know what? I know that is your personality. And that's why when I was in that chat, and I left yesterday, and I saw people say, well, why would Crippler be doing this? Why would he want drama? And I didn't say nothing because I said I'm gonna say it on the show. That's the type of person you are. You don't want any. You never wanted drama. You and anything that did upset you, you spoke about it quietly behind stage, and me and you spoke about it, and you even laughed at it, even though it bothered you. So why should you apologize when I said, as a man, look, and this is the same words I said. Look, motherfucker, I said that shit. That's me. None of the panel was on the phone with Josh. He didn't call nobody. He didn't call Shane. I don't think he called AK, ODB. He called me. So as a man, if I said, I'm pushing everybody, not like I'm Superman, but I'm pushing everybody in the back. And I'm saying, I told you because I don't want to talk about Storm, and I want to talk about the same bullshit that you've been talking for 2 weeks straight. Everybody want to go back to having fun. And the words I said to him, as me and him argued, I said, the John I love is the one that is sarcastic, but plays around and with joking. Yeah. I said, listen, I understand if somebody's quality, if the statue's not coming out right. No, we want you to speak about it. But we don't want you to come on every show and have this war zone shit over this company for 2 weeks straight about the same shit that you already said. And that's why, and it wasn't Crippler. It was never Crippler that said you can't come on the show. If this motherfucker man tells you, I don't mind, and I remember when Crippler said it, you guys can, if you guys want to, you can have it. We were backstage. You guys can have them on. I don't mind. I really don't mind him coming on the show. Yeah. And I said no. I said no. So if me and him argued and we squashed it, why is the beef rehashed? Why are you still holding on to emotions? Because you said if you wasn't okay, then why did you have me back on the show? Why did me and you speak and say you good, or whatever? You know what I'm saying? If I let it, if, as a man, like I said, it's the three things. It's either we squash it, we do 5 minutes, and we do our 5 minutes, or we don't talk to each other at all.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So when that was well said too, Rashid. But like even the next, like, and then sort of like the next show, Casual linked me, and I'm never gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna go on the show because John's there. I'm on my J. Cole shit. I surround myself with peace, people that bring me joy, people that bring that we love the hobby and share with. And if I know somebody don't like me and gonna disrespect me, I know how I get. In that backstage, Buck reached out to me multiple times to calm me down because I don't bring it, but if you do, I'm not gonna shy away from it, right? Like I was telling him, it's just sort of like what my father always said. I told it to Shane or whatever like this. It's like, if somebody hits you and then nothing happens with it, and then it's just sort of like you think it's a mistake or whatever, maybe brush it off, let it go. But if they do it again, knock them the fuck out, right? So, and this is where I'm at right now, because later you're going to figure out he keeps punching and keeps punching and keeps punching. And I'm not going to sit there and keep on taking it, right? So it's sort of like, at this point, I'm like, I already tried to squash it. We talking backstage. He's not reciprocating anything. He's not reflecting on anything he did. Nothing. So I'm like, you know what? If you're my friend and you are upset with me and gonna have a grudge for me over that, you ain't my friend. You're just. And then I know how John is. So you ain't gonna have a conversation with him to try and calm him down. It's just gonna keep going here. And I don't have the bandwidth for that. I don't have the bandwidth for that type of shit in my life. So what I did was right now, and the only thing that hurts the most is like, I don't do casual show anymore because of it, because I'm not going to be around anybody that doesn't respect me. And I know how I can get. That's not good YouTube. That's not good TV. That's just going to be subliminal backs to back and forth type of stupid shit, because I talk to people that don't respect me in a very different way. And it's not entertaining for people to watch. Maybe for the people who want all the drama and stuff like that, but I'm not going to participate in it. So I removed myself from it.
And that also, when you talk to him, I think you mentioned to him, you said that you were willing to cancel the show, or that you said he could come on the show, but we voted like earlier that day or the day before not to have anyone. It wasn't even really a vote, but we just said, is everyone okay with it? And everyone's like, yeah. And then I think you told me he told you something like, well, it's your show, so you're responsible if I didn't get a link or something.
Yeah. It was talk like that of like, ultimately it's your show.
We're just talking about a link for one show, 1 week, one time.
And it wasn't even about him. Rashid had his reason for it. I'm not saying it wasn't, but that wasn't everybody's reason for it.
But the thing is, it shouldn't even involve you anyway, because why is it rehash if you spoke to me? You know what I'm saying? Because you know, and I argue with him backstage. I'm not going to come on here and say what I said. You know, there were people there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what I don't understand is like, you want to call, like, I never seen, and like I said, I have no problem. I like John, but I have no problem. It kills me when somebody says I'm for the community, but your own emotions.
That's facts, Grail Seeker.
Your own emotions is above the community, is above the group. A group of guys that like going on each other's shows, and now, because I had people tell me, I had people hit me up on Messenger. They know who they are. They know I respect them. Yo, Rashid, man, don't get involved in that shit. Yo, Rashid, why does shit have to go down? And I had to explain. I said, if somebody tells you they don't respect you, how would you take it?
Yeah, and this is the first part of what happened. We ain't even.
These people told me, well, if somebody told me that shit, it'd be a effing problem. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, it's really not that serious. It's really not. It really, for me to tell somebody, right? For me to tell somebody I don't respect them, I mean, you have to have done something really effed up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's really not serious. This is about statues, man. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be having fun. I mean, like, there's so many dope people in the community. And not to change the subject real quick. Like, I can tell you today, and shout out to Cece. Because this morning, I was trying to buy bottle prints. I'm trying to buy the bottle prints. I missed out on the Boba Fett. I hit her up and just said, damn, I missed it, but I got the job of the hut. She got it for me. The girl bought me the print.
That is what the community is about.
She just said, Rashid, can you just pay me back? You know, I bought it for you. And I had it mailed. Can you just pay me back? I said, no problem. I said, I'm going to send it to you. I said, give me 5 minutes. And I got the Boba Fett coming to me. The girl could have been like, well, you better send me the money. I'm not going to buy the shit for your ass. You know what I'm saying? But these are the people that we got. And I love everybody that we deal with. Thor is the one. Thor put me on. Miguel. You know what I'm saying? At the last minute, Miguel put me on his show with the X-Men. I mean, you got so many great people on these channels that we can go and talk about. But I know one thing, Rashid is not above the community. I'm not above it. Like, if I get upset, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be on some old, well, if y'all do mess with this person, then it's going to be problems. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not above that. So I'm going to take my personal thing and I'm going to hit that one person up because I'm a man. Men do that. Women are emotional. I do men stuff. So if I got a problem with somebody, I will hit you on Messenger. I will call you and say, yo, do we have a problem? You know what I'm saying? And
this is what I was trying to do backstage with him. I was trying to squash it so we could just move on with all of this stuff, right? But it wasn't reciprocated. So I just sort of like, you know what? It is what it is. And guess what happened after that? We just it was the era of peace in the Cock Nation. We just was doing our thing. We would just come on, do our statues. We were leaving everybody alone. We were having guests on. Hopefully the guests had a great time. We had a great time with the guests, and we were doing our thing. You know, we did our Prime One event show. And you know what? It's not about your vision going. I just want you to table that for a minute, because like when we was doing ours, he did John's. No big deal. But just table that so you understand why I brought that up. And then, you know, we're just doing our thing, doing our shows. And then we fast forward to now, like, we're excited, dude. X-Men is energizing X-Men fans. Like every show we were doing, we wanted to talk about it, but couldn't because we didn't want to spoil it, right? So I wanted to have this big X-Men celebration with some of the biggest X-Men heads, right? Like I'm talking about Jarhead, we had K-Fed, we had freaking Brenton, you know what I mean? And then, of course, we wanted X-Men exclusive on there, right? So then we go, we was like, who's gonna be in it? And then that part we asked early in the day, right? Super early in the day. Then we got filled, and then your vision said, "I'm in," right? And this is what I said. This is not on no. All this is like, yo, your vision. You mind if you sit this one out because I want to make sure we get X-Men exclusive in, blah blah blah, right? And we have I have a X-Men conversation with X-Men fans, right? Because your vision doesn't rock with X-Men like that. You know what I mean? Unless it's the cool thing to do for the moment, then he would. But it wasn't like it's
and just put it in perspective, the show was all about X-Men 97 season recap with spoilers. No statues, although we did look at some X-Men statues related to that after, but we didn't do a show. We didn't talk about statue or news. So if everyone on the show watched the show, they could contribute. But if someone like Vision, who hasn't watched the show, and we broke down every single episode in detail and talked about what we liked, what we didn't, our predictions, Easter eggs, what would Vision say on the show? He would literally say nothing. So it was like, hey, do you mind sitting this one out? This is not a normal show. It's just an X-Men show. You haven't watched X-Men. Do you mind sitting it out? Like, to me, that makes sense. If it was a show about an anime fucking One Punch and you guys were doing the new season of One Punch instead of doing our show, I would volunteer to sit it out because what am I going to bring to the table? You're not looking at statues. You're talking about a storyline I know nothing about. So what am I going to say?
There's panels where like when Darth Rashid was doing a Blade unboxing on John's channel and it was full, right? I said, okay. And then I still rocked it. I still did it. It wasn't a big deal because I know how it is, right? And so like, let's say it was Batman, the animated since 97. Your vision would probably be first on the list. You know what I mean? It was based off of the passion for X-Men, right? That's all it was about. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. And all right, so like, and then at this point, I'm like, he said, there's 4 other people, but bet, or something to that effect, right? And then
there's 4 other people, but whatever, sure, I'll sit out, but sure, whatever.
So then the first thing your vision do, I'm gonna get sued for saying his name because he told us not to say it. The first thing your vision did was he ran to John and scheduled a White Knight unboxing during our X-Men thing. We already established that this was done with malice the last time, so it ain't a scheduling conflict. He could have done it on any day. Now he's jabbing. You know what I mean? And that's where I draw the line because at this point, as a community, if this dude that people starting to grow an audience with, and then let's say a small up and coming channel is just trying to make it, they got a passion, they want to do this U-team, they want to turn this love they got for the hobby into a career, whatever. If John doesn't rock with him for any reason, he's just going to make a random show on yours to suppress you. That's bullying. You ain't bullying me, right? And we already established you doing it with ill intent. You doing it with malice in your heart. So at that point, I don't have no respect for somebody that's doing that out of malice. This is not about doing the show at the same time as mine. Anybody could do that. This is about you doing it out of spite and being vindictive. And for a link you didn't get that I forgot about months ago, and you still harboring on it.
And for a link that really, he actually said, if you want, I don't have a problem with him coming on the show. Yeah. But the one who was the most vocalist who said no, and I said no loudly, was me. Yeah. It was me.
But so let's say we all had ill intent. Not ill intent. Let's say we all just wanted. Let's say we all didn't want the drama. Why are you mad, bro? Why are you like why are you mad? If it was the worst case scenario in your head that we decided not to have you on because we didn't want drama, put it on all of our shoulders. Let's say if that was the case, why are you mad? Come back the week after. Nobody said you banned forever. If that was the case,
because we all go on each other's shows. So
Yeah.
it wasn't nothing personal, but it was that particular week. It was that
Yeah.
particular week following he was saying things prior. All right. So now because I saw some of the shows. Yo, and I'm like, yo, it's 45 minutes. How long you gonna keep talking about this one particular QC issue thing? So I was like, after 2 weeks, this is the third week. I was like, nah, I don't want to hear this shit. And he said to me, well, how'd you know I was going to come on the show and talk about that? I said, because you went on the chat on YouTube and was talking shit in the chat. Well, that's because you guys didn't let me on. But you was going to do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And it's like what Crippler said. If you're a man, you're not an emotional bitch, then you would have let shit go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying anything that I didn't say to him on the phone.
His face. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, once you say it's over, it's squashed, then it should have been over from fucking 2 months ago.
And just to put it in perspective, we didn't have any other guest on that show. First of all, it's our show. We'll have on whoever the fuck we want, regardless of whatever we choose. But second of all, we didn't have anyone on because we just wanted it the core panel for that one show, just because it was getting a little noisy for me over the last few shows. That's all. And that was established well in advance.
And what type of friend or host I would be to say, fuck you, Shane, fuck you, Rashid, I'm going to still have him on. Then my panel loses respect for me. You know what I mean? So this thing is so stupid. So the bottom line there is like, John has a lot of responsibility in the community, right? He's got a good sized audience. The thing is, you can't always use that shit for pettiness, dude, because at the end of the day, it's not good for the community. I got people that I'm talking to or calling me or reaching out somehow, and I appreciate everybody who reached out to me and was able to hear my side of it. But we don't want y'all to feel like you have to choose between us. This ain't draw a line in the sand. This ain't choose me or them. Do what y'all want. I'm just here letting you guys know what the situation is from my mouth.
That's my point with you.
Yeah.
You when I saw people say, well, it's Crip about drama, because he wasn't about drama. The man was never about drama. You know what I'm saying? The man was never about drama, because you squashed it and it was over with. So to show you how emotional he gets, right? I got problems. I got bills. I gotta work. So every time he's been asking me to come on the show, my manager is like, I got money at that time. If that's a month of overtime that I can get, I'm sorry. Mortgage got to get paid.
Absolutely.
I got to go to California and see my daughter. That oversees your shit. So every time we would ask, my manager say, I got money tonight. You want it or not? I had to take it. So now I go to California. Yo, you want to come on? I'm in Cali with my daughter. I got to spend time with my daughter. All right, cool. Enjoy. So I come back from California. This is the last time I guess. So I guess he was mad at me or whatever. Not that I give a fuck. So I come back from California, just land, and I'm tired as fuck. So I'm laying there and I said, I'm gonna turn on the TV and go to sleep with the shit on. And then Fatal comes on because it was a Monday.
Yeah.
Fatal, I'm going to sleep. I hear, yo, Rashid, I got you, boy. This book for you, boy. You know what I'm saying? So he's showing the comic book. He's like, yo, I got the book for you, boy. You thought I had you. So I wake up and I'll say, oh man, let me just thank him. So I don't go on my computer, nothing. I just grab my phone. I said, listen, I'm not going to stay on long. I just got back from California. Just want to thank you guys or whatever. And that was it. And I guess he took my blade emoji down from his show the next time, and he doesn't hit me up. So I leave his group. I leave his group. But to me, you know, I'm not going to battle and fight somebody who has whose emotions is like my ex. I can't deal with that. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm sorry. Ain't no man supposed to be like that. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that men don't have no emotions, but when you harbor emotions after you said I squashed this. And then every next day, like you said, you're throwing jabs and you're doing this.
Well, I made a joke about it, and no offense to Cece, but I always say it's something your wife would say, right? You're all good, and then she brings something up from like 6 months ago when it was an issue, and for 6 months you've been fine, but she's been harboring onto it, just waiting for the right time.
And you know what? I don't think it's.
Shane, are you talking about my ex-wife?
I don't
Exactly.
I don't think it's a women thing. I think it's like
No,
it's
I
a
don't mean to say it like
narcissist
it's a
thing.
women
Like
thing.
I don't like because there's men that act way worse and way more emotional
actually
and way
right
you know what I mean. So
True.
like I know women that stand on business, right? So it's sort of like
Yeah,
not about
right.
it's more about this very specific dude which runs around like the white knight, but actually you're too emotional and you're doing more damage than you think you're doing. Like you think you're doing a lot of good, but it's actually more damage you're doing to the community. There's people that I rock with that I have to talk to, and then they don't want to be split. Like it's sort of like you're splitting. I know people who don't go to this show because this person
Right,
or that
CC.
person not doing it, this person.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's a maturity thing, and I think
And no, Crippler, I
go ahead.
tried to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to talk to him, and I said, one of the last thing I had text. I remember one time before a show. I think the last show I had was, listen, I think we need to have a sit down.
Yeah.
You, Crip, boom, boom, and he was like, about what? And I didn't even answer at that time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you beating a dead horse when you're trying to say, you know what? I want to like this person. I want to have fun. I want the groups to continue. But this person is just stubborn and emotional, and they put their emotions first.
Yeah.
Where I even said, yo, maybe you're a little too passionate.
He's sensitive.
People.
Is what it is.
Right. And he goes, well, maybe I am too passionate. But maybe, just maybe, if you could reflect and see that maybe it could be you could be like kind of maybe the problem. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not being sarcastic. It's like, because I can say something and if we could get into, like, I'll give you a quick example. Danny Lee. One time, and I played with Danny Lee, Buck, and Cash. One time I said something to Danny Lee, and Danny Lee hit me up. And I remember I was in my kitchen and Danny Lee was like, Rashid, can I talk to you for a minute? Do you have anything personal against me? And I said, nah. And I called him. And I said, nah, bro, you my boy, man. He's like, no, I thought you didn't like me and whatever. I said, nah. But I said, check this out. If I said something that may seem like I didn't like you, then I apologize. And I said, matter of fact, when I go on Casual Show, I'm going to apologize to you because I don't want you thinking that I have something against you, because that's how I play. I come from an aggressive type job, so that's how we play. That doesn't mean that you have to accept that. So I got on the show and I said, before we go on, I want to apologize to Danny. They're like, nah, and he told me, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. It's cool. I said, nah, I'm going to do it. I want to apologize to Danny because I may have came at him and I was just joking, and I don't want anybody thinking that I'm against him or whatever. Same thing with Buck. You know what I'm saying? I love Buck. You know what I'm saying? I love being on the show with Buck because as soon as I see those fucking glasses and that beanie hat of his, I know he's going to say some stupid shit to me, and I'm already, out of anybody, I'm already ready for his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, this is nothing to do with Collectors Club, like Kenneth, Derek, all of these guys, like Buck. Like, I got no problem with any of you guys. This is the situation that's been happening behind the scenes, and so it's like, this is my way of letting you guys know one time, and that's it. And to answer, was it Arch's question of like, John, Arch, the reason why this ain't happening, because he had every opportunity to talk to me. Multiple people mitigated this thing behind the scenes, and I was willing to talk. All he had to do, like I said, was reach out and talk to me. I tried talking the first time. It didn't work. I'm not doing it again. So
some people only want to talk when there's a spotlight and a bunch of people to watch.
Yeah. And I'm not like, and that's exactly right. So he had the opportunity to talk. He could have talked to me one by one, he could have talked it mitigated by certain people that we trust and love in the community without any of this stuff. I already told him I was willing to take this bullshit down like right after I put it up. He did his thing during my show. I did this in retaliation. Petty for petty. That's how you want to play. But it took me a while to get here. Like, it took me a while to get to petty, but I am capable of petty. But so yeah, that's why I did this. It's just more of an opportunity because
let me tell you something. I mess with everybody in those groups. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Slife is my boy. I mess with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Gotham Cinnabites, I mess with everybody and shit.
Well, I don't think anyone on the panel here has any bad connection or bad mojo with anyone, really.
No,
the
exactly.
thing going on now, but everyone else has any issue.
You know what I mean? But what I mean, Shane, is that's what I'm saying. Like, I would not want to separate this group of people right here because me and you have an issue. I rather because if me and you didn't disrespect each other like that, I never said nothing about your family, you didn't say nothing about my family, whatever. We didn't call any type of derogatory name. We just had an argument. Then it's like, you know what? It's not that serious where I'm going to just say, you know what? Well, I'm not coming on the show if Shane comes on the show. And then you got AK, ODB, cripple upset because it's like, yo, damn, man, everything's fucked up now.
And it just spirals.
Yeah.
And then it just spirals. And then now you got a bunch of bullshit beef because I took my emotions and put it above the group. Now, it's different if Shane says something very disrespectful to me.
Sure.
But if it's about statues, it's not that. I don't take it personal that I don't get on collector's table. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it personal because that's how Shane wants it. That's how he wants. He just wants those three.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, it's you laugh, but Adam doesn't want you on. He said now that he got your money for the Y-Wing, you're not welcome.
It's like that's over now.
But guess what? But listen, I won because it's hard to find a Y-Wing. So
touche. Except you still didn't see the 3 broken pieces he glued back together.
Son of a
very,
bitch.
very well.
I'm going to Philly right after this. I'm driving to Philly right after the show.
I hope you're not driving a Honda. It's going to break down. I hope he didn't sell you a Honda.
Hey, Terry, I appreciate you like just getting our perspective of it instead of like just jumping to conclusions and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, like everything said here today. I'll be honest. When Crip first asked, said to me, "All right, let's do a show on Friday," I thought we were doing a show. One, because John did the show on Wednesday, and then Crip let it go weeks before that, and like no one owns Wednesday, no one owns any day of the week. Do what you want, but because of the malice and Crip and John are friends, and Rashid and John were friends. I know AK and John are friends, so it wasn't really that. Everything just got so blown out of fucking proportion. Like, if you actually listen to what we're saying and the story of what happened, and unless you think all of us are here just lying for no fucking reason, and you've also seen other people have issues in the community, but it's so silly. Just none of this is necessary. It's fucking high school. This is so ridiculous. It's just about being oversensitive, over emotional, and taking shit personally, and all of this is avoidable. Just put the egos aside, and man, there's no need for this shit. And look how stupid this is.
And why? And you know what, Shane? I'm sorry, but that's what I don't understand. What's so hard that motherfuckers can't say? Because that's what real men do. Yo, I had a problem with you. Listen, you want to squash this? You know what I'm saying? Because it's really not that serious. I'm cool with it and shit like that. It got out of hand and shit like that in my bag or whatever. Matter of fact, I want your ass on the fucking show so we can squash it and start anew. What's so hard about that? Because you ain't say nothing about his kids. You ain't say nothing about his family. So,
I ain't say nothing.
Exactly. So to say you don't respect somebody is going over the line.
It's
foolish. It's just that's exactly it.
It's
what
foolish.
got you to the point where you feel that I hurt you so bad when I wasn't even aware of it? And when I'm trying to make myself aware of something I could do, I'm trying to meet you halfway, and you had no interest of doing that when we were talking about it. And there were people there. This is all. There's anything I'm talking about at any point. I was never alone. There was always somebody there when I'm to validate everything I'm saying. There was always somebody. People hit me up afterwards like, dude, I appreciate that you apologize. There are people in the community don't do that enough. I even did it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to meet the dude halfway. So I'm like, it ain't gonna work. So I'm just gonna remove myself. And that was it. I just removed myself. And it was peaceful. And I was fine. And I was still bringing people on that I want to bring on. I would still hop on shows that bring me joy. Like all of this, what I don't like the narrative of is that people should always just man up and just still be on a panel with somebody if it's not bringing you joy to do it. No, don't do it. But the key thing there is like Rashid reached out to me and was like, hey, yo, in the chat, he's like, hey, yo, I'm thinking of going something. I don't know if you were thinking of going on John's show or whatever. And I was like, I want to let everybody know this right now. I don't hate John. If anybody want to go do his shows, do not do his shows because of me. Like, that's not what this is about. And that never was what it was about. You know what I mean? So it's sort of like, and it never will be about that. So it's sort of like, if y'all mess with John, I still love y'all if I loved y'all. Like, I'm not trying to stop that relationship.
Look,
I'm just saying, you're not going to disrespect me.
John that were on our Wednesday show 2 days ago for the X-Men thing.
Right.
Oh, what happened?
But
we had people who go on John's show on our show 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We don't give a shit.
Like, there is none of that in
we're a community.
Anything we're talking about.
But I felt like, let me say something, because when I saw people thinking that, oh, why is this a gimmick that Crippler's doing? He said he doesn't like drama, and I'm like, no, that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know what's going on, this is what's going on, and the man allowed this shit to go on constantly. This is something that was brewing and that was going on. And by the way, I went against the grain and I still went on his show. So in a way, I disrespected my man. You know what I'm saying?
And I made it clear that was no disrespect.
And Crippler said, yo, listen, Rashid, I don't have a problem you going on the show with John or any of that shit. So my thing is, if the man said, I don't mind this man coming on this show, it's up to you guys. Rashid, I don't mind you going on his show. It's no thing, but a man that don't respect me, I can't go on the show or whatever. Yeah. Then so what's your beef? What is your beef? Why are you so emotional? You know what I'm saying? And when, I'm sorry, when you put your emotions with that wasn't disrespected over the community, and you don't care how it goes, you cause a division, then you're a selfish motherfucker.
Think about what he was doing, like his mindset of like, I'm gonna do a show. Now that we know and he established it was with ill intent, yo, I'm just gonna reach. And Vision is young. Like, I don't like, that's the thing. Vision is young, and so like he didn't build up. Like, you asked Rashid was like, no, I got a show. You know what I mean? But he knows who to pick on, and then like strategically, and let's go. And like, we had no drama or anything before that. You know what I mean? Like before before Vision joined us, and even then, I'm telling the dude, I love Vision. He's super talented. He's young. Maybe he hang out with us more. You know, he'll grow into that. Yep.
And I told him yesterday. He's like, yo, and I said, listen, don't come at me like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna don't send me text. Don't send me texts like that. You know, I said,
and that's another thing. The disrespect that came from his mouth yesterday is a whole nother level. Like,
right, and I'm like, listen,
like that's a whole nother level.
That was foul.
Like. And so I said, and I have it on text. I said, oh, you're a gangster now, because I said, don't come at me like that. If I don't come at you like that, you're not gonna come at me like that. So then he was like, nah, but it's like boom, boom, boom. And I said to him, if when you want to talk, hit me up. Yeah. And then I'll let you know what's going on so you understand. Because maybe you're not getting it. Maybe you don't understand that certain things, what you do creates more fire. You know what I'm saying? because you act like you didn't know what you was doing last time we spoke to you about it. And you was like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't think about it like that.
But that's the type of person he is too, because like I think like John gets the bulk of the responsibility too, but Vision stirs the pot, because when you get these two people that are both like blah blah blah, because think about it, it's not like if something is happening in the community, he's not one of the first ones in our chat talking about, oh, John needs to chill, blah blah blah, like, you know what I mean? So he plays this both sides shit, stirs shit up on both sides, and then got people all riled up.
But guess what? This is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
After me and him had that talk, because he called my house, he called my phone. The next day, your Vision says something about PCS. John says, nah, we're going to change that. No drama. The next show, somebody says something. Nope, we're going to keep it no drama. So I'm like, wow, okay, so maybe when I spoke to John, maybe I got through, because everything else was great. And that's why I was like, then we had the bidding war and stuff like that. And I was going, like, when you go to work, when you know you don't feel like standing 10, I gotta spend 10 fucking hours, but I can listen to the show while I'm standing up because I had a good fucking time on your show, and we had a good time.
It was, yeah. I always.
And then the next show, guess what? The next show, it was no drama. Then we had casual show, and I go to work, and Crippler never hits me up in the morning for nothing. And he hits me up. Yo, I wish you would have stayed because we got into it. And I said, about what? About me not letting him on the show. And I said, we already talked about that shit. Why is he bringing that shit up? It's over with. Why are you bringing up something that we already squashed? If you squash it as a man, if you got some problem with somebody that you got to keep jabbing, then get it over with. Because now you acting like a little bitch. Straight up. Yeah. You acting like a little bitch.
And this is why it's dangerous too, because as John's channel grow, and I wish him nothing but success, I hope he grows and blow up. The problem I have and the concern I have with somebody with that mentality growing and blowing up is that it can be used and weaponized, right? Like you see it all the time. Like I was staying out of the PCS drama shit. I only talk about statues. I don't talk about companies. Notice I talk about the piece and I give my opinion about the piece, and whoever company is tied to it, they tied to it. But it's not a thing where I'm like, I want to make this personal connection where like I'm trying to hold people feet to the fire and all of this stuff. Salute to the people who do that. I'm not trying to take anything away from it, but that's just not what I do. So like, but you notice little shit like when you think you got that power, and then PCS comes out with pictures of Jordan, right? And they do a Friday show. He already has new pictures. But he spends 20 to 30 minutes or whatever the fuck it was. 40 minutes on old ass freaking pictures. And if you don't get the optics of that, and then after shitting it and trashing it or saying, well, this blah, 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 then you put the new pictures up. Optics, bro, like it feels like you doing that with a purpose, with ill intent, with malice. It feels vindictive. And that's the type of person you don't want fucking doing this shit or growing. And I hate to say it because I fucking love that dude. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And now when you turning that shit on me, I ain't going to let it happen, because you're going to respect me and you're going to respect my panel and you're going to respect my platform. How small it is with my 300 strong cocks rise up. You're going to respect it. And if you're not going to respect it, you're just going to keep egging me on. I don't play it. And that's all this is about. It's like, you're not going to do this to me and to the community.
Like I said, I other than what's going on here, John and I have never had a beef. I did think he was holding on too strong with the PCS ship, but whatever, that's his choice, his channel. I just choose not to watch it, whatever. But I don't know. I just get flabbergasted because this whole thing just seems so ridiculous. But
it's ludicrous. It's nonsense.
I really hope John watches this, hears the true story, the real story of what happened, and goes, wow, this was blown way out of fucking proportion. I made a mistake, owns up to it, and then we could just fucking move on, or whatever that looks like. I don't know, but like, this is so ridiculous. And if this is how you're going to be and you're going to take all the new collectors that are new on YouTube, and you're going to present them all, and you're going to take them all under your wing and umbrella. But this is what you're going to like pass on to them, like this manipulative kind of or oversensitive, whatever it is. I don't know, but this is not what the community needs pumped into it, starting with new YouTubers.
No, exactly. Like new people come up, they don't want to do your show or whatever like that. New show pops up on your time slot. That's fine, but with the intent, it's bullying. You know what I mean? It's trying to keep control and all of this good stuff. And don't try that with me, dude. Like it is fine.
But I just don't understand why people can't just squash it and let shit go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this is silly. Like what we talking about when we had the X-Men and I'm not going to say his name, but he was like, yo, this is silly. How is there's drama with statues and shit? It doesn't make any sense. Like why can't we just have fun? Because that's what I need. I'm sorry, to escape shit like that. Like I gotta go to work in the morning.
Dude, you know how many people told me? How many people told me that this thing is gonna change you? It's gonna get drama, and I'm like, dude, everybody I'm messing with is we have fun, we family, we like, you know what I mean? It's just it's gonna catch up with you though. Like, but this is what they were trying to. It's gonna catch up to you, and it's gonna and you just gotta and that's what I want to get to next. Of like, is there like, how do we move forward so that we can actually? This is the situation we got in. This is why this is why me and John fell out. You know, this is why your vision's not on the panel anymore. And this is why I'm doing this show in this slot. This is what this is all about. Now that everybody knows that, unless anybody want to add anything
look at your
to
messages,
it.
bro. Look at your messages.
Let's go. Oh yeah, I read it. I'm going to address that in the private chat.
Okay. Yeah, but I just, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just wanted to come on and speak on behalf, because it had something to do with the situation, and that situation was so-called squash. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, when I wasn't there, or it got rehashed. And when I saw people saying that Crip is starting off drama, and I had people say, "Yo, what's up with all this drama and shit like that?" You know, it had nothing to do with that. I listen, and I'm not going to lie. I used to love going on the show. I love the bidding war and shit like that. We have fun and everything else.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if it's like that, it's like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Self-respect comes first.
Yeah.
Self-respect comes first. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day,
that's
you know
all it is.
Like I said,
yeah.
we still got great people in this community that's dope. You know what I'm saying? That I could thank for a million people, Thor and shit like that. When I get my prints, I'm going to show them that, you know, because CC got me the Boba Fett. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about these prints sold out, like, I think in 10 minutes. And I was like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? But the girl went and bought me the print for me. You understand what I'm saying? So we have people we still got dope people in the community and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shut up, Danny Lee. I love and Danny Lee, that's my boy, man. You know, and listen, I love Casual Show. I love DC. All of the shows I like. You know what I'm saying? But it comes a time when if you're for the community, you can't be always putting your emotions over. You're not above the community. You know what I'm saying? So when you put your emotions and say, you know what, my anger is more important than fucking up a bunch of group and breaking up friendships with a group of guys and causing a division. Yeah. When you put your emotions, you're an emotional bitch. That's just how it is. And I have no problem saying it to somebody's face. Yeah. Whatever I say on this goddamn camp, do not think I won't say it to your face. And if it goes to that direction, which we're grown men, but if it goes to that direction, it goes to that direction. It is what it is. But you're not going to bully somebody who I think is a good person. Yeah. I know he's a good man, he's a family man and everything else. And he never did nothing to you. He never did nothing to you and shit. The motherfucker say he got love for you and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got love for you. But if you being a bitch, I'm gonna call you a bitch. That's it.
And No, that
And when and if any time
mm-hmm.
we want to squash this and say, you know what, we hash it out and shit like that, because we're not trying. We're not here to say, oh, we're here to bring down his show and we want to see him destroyed and crushed and shit like that. Because trust
This
me,
was
I've had people tell me they want to see you crushed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. That's not what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be like a man and say, you know what, let me reflect. It's not really worth all this drama and shit. Maybe we all got off at the wrong start. We're willing to say, hey, let's squash. Let's have it all powwow and say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Because we'll do it for the community. But all that other shit, that drama shit, that's not serious. This is about fucking statues.
It's about respecting our peers and our colleagues that do this for fun. Like, everybody watches all of these shows. It's like, and to me, I have so much respect. Like, Shane to tell you, like, when trying to pick a day for this show, I don't even know Chris the Batman statue collector. I'm like, I don't want to do Wednesdays. Because Chris is there. And it was like, and you go through everybody's day. There's a show.
And then I said, there's no other fucking day, and he only does it every second Wednesday, so it actually makes sense.
Exactly. And it was a bi-weekly show.
And I jumped in. I said, no, do it.
I
jumped in. I said, no, do it, man.
And then Rashid said, I'm twice as popular as Chris the Batman statue collector.
No, like
I never said that. I never said that.
No, but that just
you didn't say
show,
like 3 times.
But guess what, Shane? It's amazing.
No, I got love for all of the people that's doing this stuff. You know what I mean? We all got our different path. We do it for our own different reasons, and nobody can tell anybody how to do what they're gonna do, right? But it's etiquette. Like Sick. I haven't been doing a Sick show in forever, right? He was doing a certain show on our day, and guess what he did? And this is how it could have been solved. Like, he reached out and was like, hey, I really want to I'm going to do a show. It's a Wednesday. It's on your day. I'm going to try not to be long. Is that okay with you? I'm like, dude, do it. You know what I mean? He said, absolutely, do it. It was he reached out. He didn't have to do that.
Shout out to Sick. Shout out to Sick.
Shout out to Sick. Like, because he didn't have to do that. But he had the respect to reach out to me and be like, yo, like, is it okay? Like, all of that good stuff. And I got nothing but respect for him to do that. Because that's something John could have done 2 times. You know what I mean? It could have, but no, he made, like, he did it very intentionally. And I don't want to go down that. What I want to know is, like, is there any etiquette that we should have or we should try to have? Like, how do we do it so how do we prevent from getting to a place like this? Again,
it's never going to. It can't be solved if somebody doesn't want to meet you halfway. See, I don't have a problem. Listen, we could have a fight, and I'm like, yo, you good? I'm good. You good? Let's squash it. Boom, it's over, and that's it. Let's go have a drink. It's done.
I have family members that I know how they are. I know what triggers. They know what triggers. Blah blah blah. And it's like, you don't disassociate with them. You don't disassociate with them because of that. So, like, at any point in this, it could have been solved. I solved it because I was just not going to interact. I removed myself from it. So that's how I solved it after trying to talk to him man-to-man backstage the first time when that didn't really work. And I just left it alone and just started doing me. And that was it. But then he does this again. And then at this point, it's just sort of like, okay, you doing it. I know why you're doing it. I'll be petty. This one time, I could be petty too. Everybody's capable of it. I'm not saying I'm proud of this. I'm not saying I'm glad, but I will do it. I'm not above it. Is all I'm saying right there.
So when Crippler first told me what I was saying before, that he wanted to do a show Friday, I thought we were doing it on Friday, but I thought we were going to do our normal show because on the Wednesday we did the X-Men 97 show. So I thought this was going to be a normal show originally. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I saw the thumbnail and I actually called Crip and I talked to him and I'm like,
and this is after he invited a bunch of people and I was like, no, don't invite him for this.
Yeah. Because I thought it was a normal show. Yeah. I'm like, I called him. I'm like, are you sure this is how you want to handle it? And then you told me your analogy of, you know, if a bully, if he pushes you once, you walk away. If he pushes you again, you take your shot. And I said, hey, if you feel that's what the point you're at, then I'm coming on just to back you. If I hear anything that's untrue, I'll point it out. and course correct it. And if not, then I agree and back up what you say for what I was present for.
I appreciate all you guys. And I didn't want to drag everybody in this, but I do think it's important. A lot of times this stews in the community by he say, she say, right? And then, and like I said, I don't want it to be he say, she say. I don't want it to be like Terry heard from Edwin and then Danny heard from this, and this is I heard they not doing this, because that's how it is a lot of the times. It's a lot of this. Not saying those guys in particular, but there's a lot of this, or why would I do that? Somebody gives a false explanation. This is me saying exactly how this went down. It is petty, it's stupid, and that's why I titled the show what it is. This is petty. If you don't have to be in for it, this ain't about statue shit. This is for anybody who wants to know why they don't see these people, or why somebody might take some shots at me, or why this.
And just a heads up for if you're going to roll with someone, just know the type of person they are. And if you choose to roll with them, good for you.
Yeah.
It's on you.
And he already proved that he's willing to use people for evil.
Well, we're down to
and
5.
I just want to say something because you named it constructive outrage for a reason. We're having a constructive conversation right now.
No name calling. Well, Rashid maybe a little bit, but
well, Rashid's a different case. But we're having a serious conversation about something that was small that got blown out of proportion that shouldn't have. And it's good that we can come on and talk about it in this type of way, like you say, get it out, and everybody knows exactly what happened. And all they got to do, if they don't know what's going on, just watch the show later. You don't have to speculate. Exactly. You don't have to say what Crippler was saying. You ain't got to say what Rashid was saying. You ain't got to say why is Anthony so angry because he got that mask on his face. we just wanted to get this. We just wanted to get it out there because
South Bronx.
We just wanted to get it out there. And like for me personally, I just love hanging out with you guys. I mean, this is a beautiful thing because we sit in our little man caves and we got our statues. And I said it before, I said it again. Nobody, your friends and family, they don't care about this shit. But here we are. We got the internet. We connect. Rashid's in New York. Anthony's in New York. Right? Shane's all the way in Canada, freezing his ass off. Crippler.
And we're gonna go at Collector Zone, and I'm gonna see him. Canada and the U.S. Two different people gonna meet each other over this hobby, yo.
How you do that shit with a heart?
Crazy. Oh, Shane's on this type of stuff.
That looks soft.
This looks soft.
Shane is on that tip.
This one.
And we're going to continue to support.
Give it to me, Shane.
No,
the other one. You got to do the fist.
Oh, I don't know what you're doing. I was doing the DDP.
You got to do the fist. Give it to me.
Knows the DDP.
There you go. Critical got it.
Yeah, we're not the same, Crip. We ran in different circles.
My bad. Anytime.
I can't follow some of your hip shit that you pull out of your ass. I'm not with you.
That's a slight. Slife is like, yo, you could always get at Rashid by doing something that you're gonna be.
He knows. It's called docking.
Shane's about touching tips. There we go.
Yeah,
but like
is,
that.
CC.
That is pretty much it. I'm willing to
Atticus.
I'm willing to figure it out, man.
I think we should talk about those fucking scamming HVAC air conditioning guys.
With their
snake oil.
Snake oil.
Episode 2 is gonna be focused on Butterback. I'm just because he said not to say his name. Episode 2 is just.
I'm just gonna be a greasy episode.
I'm just gonna have a greasy, muscular dude. Man.
And just listen, man. We gonna say fucking people's names. The fuck y'all thought was gonna happen?
Dude, he told you not to. You know what he said? Dude, I ain't messing with your vision.
Your vision.
And he said, "Stop being a little girl, Rashid." Stop.
I don't think you guys should say your vision. I said it. I know that you're mad.
For the record, no hard feelings for me, Vision.
Hey,
you're cool. It just didn't work out. You're a good dude, and I hope you have fun.
We don't have no anger.
We don't have problem. I'm having fun right
Shane don't got no anger. I know AK on some
stick
kid shit in the corner. Nobody got no. I don't have any personal beef against your vision or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
I find it embarrassing. I'm not angry about it. I find it embarrassing.
And like I said, anybody got something to say, just hit me up. Just call that. And you call fucking right now and shit.
Rashid,
you know what I'm saying?
That, shout out
call
to
right
everybody.
Now.
Y'all know who y'all are who reached out to me. We had conversations, like hour-long conversations, 2-hour-long conversations, trying to solve this.
Listen,
and
shout out to the
each
real
one of
dudes
them,
that hit me on Messenger, man.
All he needs to do is reach out to me. I'll take this shit down. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Listen, shout out to everybody that I spoke to on Messenger that didn't know the story. Y'all know who y'all are and shit like that. I spoke to y'all. You know, I got respect for y'all and shit like that. You know, I spoke to them yesterday, day before that, or whatever and stuff like that. And I'm still going to support shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to support. I'm still
subscribed to these shows. You know what I mean?
I'm still going to support a Jarhead show. I mean, of course, not, but I'm going because I love Jarhead show because he does custom, Kaz, everybody. Shout out to Keesis. I have no problem with Keesis. No problem with, but I have no problem with nobody. You know what I'm saying? And like I just want to
respond here to Archangel when you're done, Rashid.
No, go ahead, Shane.
I was just going to say, you're entitled to your opinion, and we do a different show on Wednesdays, but that's why this show was made on a Friday. That's different, so people don't come on our show going, "What's this? We didn't expect this." It's in the thumbnail what to expect. So if you're here, it's because you want to be here.
Why are you explaining something to ZZ Top? Fucking
because I got nothing but respect for Archangel.
I respect Archangel too.
ZZ Top is a good dude.
And anyone who asks a question in the chat, I would answer.
I know, man. I'm just joking.
Yeah, no.
He's just being Rashid. Rashid doing that Rashid shit. Rashid doing that Rashid shit.
Yeah.
The reason why we did this, what is it called? I don't even remember. Collector's Code. The reason why we did this is so we don't spend.
Rashid is a good guy. He buys my broken statues.
Wow. Yo, Adam, man. Yo, Adam. It's about 1 o'clock. It'll only take me like an hour and something to get to Philly, man. And I know where you live, brother.
You know, I want to say one. I want to say one thing quick.
Do it.
Adam has everyone convinced he's this good guy. He is the true Sith Lord of the community. This guy is evil incarnate.
He makes me wake up on a Sunday to do his show, like mandatory, and like he's like, if I don't do it, like you better wake up and do it. No, like I said, this show.
He said it's the ether show.
Oh, respect to Nas. Respect to Nas. If you want one, we could continue this show. Y'all vote on who y'all want us to talk about. If we just talk about one person every Friday at 11 p.m. No, like
Crippler, I got that list. I got that list you wanted.
No. Cat Williams said things were going to be exposed. We just on our Cat Williams shit right now. That's it. He said
I got that list. You wanted me to write those names down.
No, real quick, I just want to make sure I say this. Like, our show, the reason why we did a separate show on a separate day is because we don't want to bog our main show down with any of this stuff. We don't want to spend our main show talking about any of this drama. So this is our way of just doing it.
Very clear what kind of show this was going to be. Yeah, granted, some people might thought it was a rib. I get it, but very clearly on, you could tell it wasn't. And if you stuck around, it's because you wanted to. So don't bitch about it.
But and it's cool. Friday, I can drink on a Friday night.
Feel kind of good, yo. It feels like.
And I can drink on a Friday night because I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Friday feel good.
But I gotta go to fucking work. You should have started.
We're pretty much done. Like, if anybody has questions in the chat,
one of us got to make some money tomorrow.
But yeah, dude, like that. Anybody? Appreciate you guys being here on my side of it. I admit 100% this is some petty shit. I embrace it. I understand it. It's not something we're gonna do often. We got it out. The video lives. If anybody has any questions of why we roll in the way we roll, it is all here.
I just want to say one more thing.
We missed something.
AK, whether it's just about this or about anything in general to the community, to anyone, even not about this, do you want to say anything?
Yeah. If you guys have any questions or if you guys have any, especially if you guys go to our Facebook group and you guys have any suggestions on how we don't get to this. That's what I really want to talk about. Of like I do. I want to figure out, is there any etiquette to this thing? Should we even care about it? Should we all just wild west it and pee on everybody. We want
Help us be better.
Like, what do y'all want to do?
If it's something we need to work on, help us be better.
What do you got for us, AK?
The only thing I'm going to say is we're all friends. We're all community. As brothers, we should be able to check one another.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's real and deep, sometimes a check is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. If I'm wrong, I expect any one of you to approach me and tell me I'm wrong. This is what it is, X, Y, and Z. And then I'll explain it. But if I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong, and we keep it moving. But checks need to be done. Real friends check one another.
The problem is, and you're 100% right, AK. The problem is sometimes ego gets in the way, and instead of taking it as a friendly check, you take it as a slight or an insult, and then you retaliate.
Yo, I don't know, man. I'm a little scared of AK today, man, because he's just too quiet and he's in the dark.
Man.
But what he says is potent.
Nah, but it's
there
like,
we go.
I don't know, man. I think he got like guns in the. I don't know. Something's a little scary about this motherfucker. I think that's for AK today.
Listen,
your Spidey senses
all I'll
up,
say
even
is
though you
don't fuck with
like
the psycho
Spider-Man.
factor in my head.
Psycho factor.
Yo, but we're gonna continue trying to.
AK sees some shit out there.
The promise you guys have for us is we're going to try and just have fun, do our thing, be a positive effect to the community for both. We're not trying to tear people down. We're not trying to, unless they fuck with us, and then we gotta defend ourselves. Nobody's gonna get punched in the face and just stay there. But what we're gonna try to do is be a force for fun. That's what I'm all about. That's what everybody here signed up for.
Can I say before we go?
Absolutely.
First of all, shout out to you, Crip. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm glad you started the show. Shout out to Shane, aka ODB, the Hitman. We still want it to be where I don't mind. While it's just the same, the 5, I don't mind. We have guests come on, once in a blue and shit like that. I like going on other people's shows also. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say, if anybody got questions about a statue or whatever, they can hit me up and shit like that. I don't have beef with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
I have beef, but
I still like to feel like I'm a spiritual person. So I don't have hate in my heart to have something personal where I don't respect somebody. You know what I'm saying? I think we all God's kids, and I don't feel that I gotta tell another human being I don't respect them because they didn't let me onto a show and stuff like that. I think respect's a big thing, and it is like this. And like I said, somebody said, and like I said, man, it don't hurt if people want to squash beef. If people want to squash beef and say, yo, boom, 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 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? If they don't want to squash beef, it's all good with me neither. Ain't nobody's kissing nobody ass this direction.
I still sleep.
The internet's a big place. There's no problem staying out of each other's face.
Exactly.
If that's what it has to be, unfortunately.
Exactly.
That's what's up. But I appreciate.
And shout out to Pudgy also, man. Shout out to Pudgy.
I know, I just thought about Pudgy. Like, where the hell is Pudgy?
That's Mr. Mustang, Pudgy.
That's a positive member of the community.
Yeah,
you know what
I
mean?
miss being on the show with Pudgy. You know what I'm saying? Pudgy, and I gotta say who I miss. I miss Pudgy. I miss Matt also, because Matt used to have the show where he would compare superheroes or whatever. There's a lot of people, man. I love being on the show with Buck. I love being, I love going at Keisha's. I love shooting at Cash and shit like that. We all just. It's just love, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I just want to get back to the fun. Listen, statues fuck up and they send us bullshit. I am not against people going at people. Listen, my blade had paint issues.
It's just a way to do it. A good way to do it.
But you don't hear me 45-minute rant and whatever. But like I said, that's all I want to say, Crip. I came here because I didn't want your credibility to be shot. I thought, people thought what they thought. And I see people in the chat now saying, now we understand what's going on and shit like that. And just so people, and I just wanted to be here to let people know, listen, I concur. I was there. You know what I'm saying, about the
I
situation.
love all of y'all guys for this too.
Because it was me that one of the people that said no, and Crippler was actually the person that was like actually saying, yeah, he can come on. So to take jabs at this man, because he started the show. So it's kind of like his show, whatever. Even though he doesn't call it his show, he said it's our show. But to take jabs, right? But to take jabs at this man, and feel like, you know what, I'm going to show you that I can do things to you or whatever. I can make a panel member leave your show to show you my power, just to get back at you, is really a bitch move. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to call it how I see it.
I got a question. You guys are talking about Keesis and Cash and their show. I thought the BBC got shut down for that trafficking ring. Are they still? Is that?
I fuck with you.
The investigation.
I think videos just came out. Videos came out.
So
they actually
any minute now.
They building it up. Like they let
get your
you
fill
know
of BBC Saturday nights while you can.
Yo, but because I got to get out of here. We cutting it down, Crip, or what?
Yep.
Yeah,
no, like I said, dude.
Now.
Everybody at Collectors Club, I have nothing but love for you guys. Kenneth, freaking
that's a good
Jerry,
show.
all like I'm saying, like this is not about us versus them thing. It's a very specific thing.
We're
this
one
is the course
community.
of the events. I wish you guys nothing but love, and I don't. Anybody who goes to John's show, I don't love you guys any less. It's not on that shit. You know what I mean? To this panel right here is like how we do things. We do things like we all talk. If something major, we vote on it, right? That keeps us on. It's not a bad thing. I actually like it because then it keeps me in check. Also, and like AK said, it's about people need to be in check sometimes with anything. But Critical Mass, Rashid, Shane, AK, all you guys being here to support me, right? Because I was just gonna do it, you know what I mean? But the fact that you guys here with me means the world to me. And everybody who spent 1 hour and 40 minutes listening to us with this petty shit. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys at least got a perspective. You guys can choose whatever. Who you guys believe, that's not what this is about. That's our truth of the matter. And you guys heard it directly from our mouths.
If you don't know who to believe and you just don't believe either, that's cool too. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's out there. Watch what you want. Go where you want. It's all good.
Everything was left at the table.
Outrage.
No expectations. None.
Constructive outrage. 9 p.m. Wednesday. Marco, let me know if it's okay to show that teaser clip that you sent me on my message.
And just a reminder to everyone quick, we're going to be doing our shows. We'll have 1-2 guests on, and then the last Wednesday of every month, we're going to have like our party show, the Cockfest show, where we invite different people every month to come on and hang with us that we don't get to see too much during the month. So that'll be on the 29th of this month. And we already have a full
if you guys want to do any of that type of stuff, because we'd love to have you guys.
We will be brought by Art the Statue Collector, the guy who owns us all.
Oh, really?
When we really get together like this.
I miss our owner, dude.
Art is the final boss.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody.
I'm glad he's feeling better. I'm glad he's feeling better.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. And on that note, peace.
3, 2, 1.
Euphoria.